Hey guys, and thanks for tuning into CarDekho once again. Now, recently we got you a completely detailed look of the Maruti Suzuki Ignis inside out, and we also got you another video explaining the variants and the features that are on offer. But for this video, we're going to be moving up a few notches from a mini crossover to a full-sized one. Yes, we are talking about the Tata Hexa, but before we get into the complete features and variant-wise details, here's a quick look at what's on offer. Now, bookings for the car are open. They have been since November 1st, 2016, and the launch has been scheduled for January 18, 2017. The crossover is based on the same Hydroform X2 chassis as the Tata Ariya, but the sheet metal is completely new from the ground up. Now, Tata is offering 3 accessory kits with the Hexa, namely the Tough, Expedition and Lux kits. Now, why is that? Now, as you'll see in this video that we're going to go through, the packaging has been a lot more extensive and it's a big leap ahead from where the Ariya left off. Now, let's get into the variant-wise feature details and look at what comes as standard first. Now, the standard kit on the Tata Hexa, it's very extensive. Usually with these base variants, you see them being very under-equipped to try and get that wow price point, the entry price point that is. But over here, it's properly extensive. I'm going to read out the list over here of standard equipment, and I apologize if it seems like I'm droning on a bit, but that just is so much on offer. So let's begin with safety. So to begin with, you get dual airbags as standard, wherein the co-driver's airbag can be deactivated. Over and above that, you get ABS and EBD, again as standard. This is not optional extra for a higher variant. You also get cornering stability control, engine drag torque control, which essentially prevents a wheel from locking up under aggressive downshifts. And you also get all-wheel disc brakes plus a parametric alarm. This is again standard safety kit. Now comfort and convenience. You get power windows on all 4 doors. There's tilt steering. There's a manual air conditioner with rear AC vents for the second and third rows. There's an 8-way adjustable driver's seat, but it isn't powered. It is manually adjustable. And the seat belts are height adjustable. Over and above that, you get 12-volt power sockets in the first 2 rows, follow me home headlamps, puddle lamps, and a cooled upper glove box. Then on the interior front, you get chrome inner door handles. There's an illuminated keyring for the ignition. And for entertainment, you get a 6-speaker sound system as standard, along with the Connect Next infotainment system. It's not a touchscreen on the base variant, but it is the Connect Next infotainment system which gets AM, FM, iPod, Bluetooth, USB, and the usual connectivity options, along with steering mounted audio and telephony controls. Over and above that, you get the Connect Next app, Navi Maps and Juke Car app. And the MID is a monochrome display, but it's again very informative. So you get stuff like the average and instant fuel economy, the distance to empty, along with the average speed and door ajar warning. Again, stating this again, this is still standard kit. We're not talking about higher variants. And it still continues. On the outside, you get projector headlights as standard. There's a rear roof spoiler, LED tail lights, and 16-inch steel wheels wrapped around in 235 by 70 section rubber. Now, this is all the standard kit. And yes, if you had to pinpoint some kind of error, you'd see that you don't get body colored door handles or wing mirrors. It's an odd omission, but otherwise, honestly, when you look at the feature list, it's properly extensive. It's not bare basic or, compromised in any way. Now, the base variant gets the same 2.2-liter engine you get across the range. That's a diesel again, but it's in a lower 150 PS by 320 Nm tune, and it gets a 5-speed manual gearbox. There's no 4x4 or automatic option over here, but honestly, I would have liked 4x4 in this particular variant. Now, these are all the features we saw coming as standard with the base XE variant. Now we move to the mid-range XM/XMA variant. To begin with, it gets the same 2.2-liter turbo diesel engine you saw in the earlier variant, but it's been up-tuned. So instead of 150 horsepower, it makes 156. And instead of 320 Nm of torque, it makes 400. And instead of a 5-speed manual gearbox, you get a 6-speed gearbox. Not only is it available as a manual, but you also get the 6-speed automatic. Yes, that is the XMA variant. Now, let's get to the features. So to begin with, you do get body colored door handles and wing mirrors. Over and above that, you get silver skid plates instead of the base variant's grey ones. And the chrome, small amount of chrome touches like bits on the gear lever, just adding to the feel-good factor. And the big change over here is the touchscreen infotainment system. Again, it's the Connect Next touchscreen infotainment system by Harman. And you get a lot more features with it. So you get voice command recognition, SMS readout, video playback and an image viewer through the USB and SD card inputs. And the Tata Smart Remote app also comes into this. And it also comes with ambient lighting. Again, these are things that kind of add to the feel-good factor. Now we saw the base variant getting a 6-speaker sound system, but as you move up the range, the number of speakers, as you will see, keeps on going up. So while the XE got a 6-speaker sound system, this one gets 8 speakers. And you also get the super drive modes. Now these ones are limited to the manual variant, but the super drive modes, that is auto, comfort and rough road, these will be limited to the XM. But if you opt for the automatic, that one gets a sports mode and hill hold control that is inbuilt into the transmission. You also get a multicolor TFT multi-information display, and the driver information system is a little more extensive. So you get stuff like the gear shift indicator and the service reminder as well. Over and above that, you get rear parking sensors, heated wing mirrors like we've seen on the Safari Storm, along with the rear wiper, washer and defogger. Now if you look at the XM variant, it does offer good value for money because the XE is not under-equipped, but this just adds so much more to the feel-good factor with like a more extensive sound system, a touchscreen infotainment system, and handy features like rear parking sensors in particular. Definitely something you'd want in a car as big as the Hexa. Now, of course, we come to the range-topping XT variant, and this is available in 3 derivations. That is the XT 2-wheel drive manual, the XTA 2-wheel drive automatic, and the XT 4x4 manual. So, what does this variant get you? So, of course, you get the same features as the XM and XMA, but you get a lot more over and above. To begin with, you get the dynamic drive mode added to the super drive modes feature of the Tata Hexa. So while the earlier one had 3, this one gets 4. Again, just adding to the novelty and kind of adaptability of the powertrain. So on the outside, there are better ways to identify the XT variant. Again, this one gets the whole shebang. So all the features are there, it's fully equipped and you can tell from the outside. So you get like chrome detailing on the door handles and the tailgate and the rear step plate as well. You also get, now this is something that really brings the whole crossover thing together. You get roof rails, you get front fog lamps and daytime running LEDs, not to mention the piece de resistance, 19-inch wheels. The one thing to point out over here is that these wheels will definitely look gangster. But bear in mind that 19 inch is not a very common wheel size. And when it comes time for a replacement, these are going to be pretty expensive. On the inside, while the lower variants make do with fabric upholstery, over here you get the Beneki Calico leather feel upholstery. Again, point being that these are leather feel, not genuine leather. But the steering is wrapped in leather, again adding to the feel-good factor overall. You get the same touchscreen infotainment system by Harman as the XM and XMA variants on the XT. But the sound system is more advanced yet again. So you've moved from 6 to 8 to now 10. That's 5 speakers, 4 tweeters and 1 subwoofer. Over and above that, the steering mounted audio controls. Instead of just the audio and telephony controls, you also get the buttons for cruise control. Cruise control is of course a feature that's limited to the XT grades, and it's definitely something that's useful if you're looking at a lot of extensive highway usage, something that the Hexa promises to be very accomplished at. On the safety front, the XT gets so much more. To begin with, dual airbags came as standard, but now you get the addition of side and curtain airbags, ESP with rollover mitigation, traction control, hill hold even on the manual variants. Earlier it was only limited to the XMA, but even the manual variants, that is the XT and XT 4x4, they also get hill hold now. Along with hill descent control and hydraulic brake assist, that's only with the manual, that is the XT and XT 4x4. For some reason the XTA doesn't get hill descent control, which is quite awkward. To top it all off, all 4 power windows get the express down function. You finally get automatic climate control. There's a reversing camera, auto headlamps, auto wipers, power folding wing mirrors that were only adjustable earlier, along with 12-volt power sockets on all 3 rows, which was earlier there just on the first and second row. And you get a USB charging socket in the second row. Another thing that I personally feel will be a very big draw for the XT grades is the fact that it is available as a 6-seater as well. So while the XC and XM grades get a 7-seat option, that is bench seats in the middle, this one can be had with 6 seats, that is the captain seats with individual armrests as well. So if you are a chauffeur-driven owner, this is definitely the option you'll probably want to get. So that was quite a lot to take in. As you've seen right from the base variant, the Hexa is not a vehicle that's under-equipped. So even if you do get the base XC grade, you're pretty much sorted in terms of features. You still get an infotainment system. It's adequate in terms of novelty features as well. One grouse that we do have with the Hexa is the fact that 4x4 isn't offered on the lower variants. It is limited only to the XT, that is the top end range, and that's a mistake we've seen them make with the Tata Safari Storm as well. It is one grouse we have, but on the plus side, insider sources tell us that the XT 4x4, which is available only as a manual right now, will be available with the automatic transmission as well. In fact, it's already prepared with Tata. They're just waiting to see what the market response is, and hopefully if it is positive enough, we might see a launch of this particular variant, that is the XT4x4 80, coming sometime around Diwali. So will the Tata Hexa be a VFM offering? Well, for that obviously we will have to wait and see what that M bit is, that is the money or the price. We don't know that yet, but we are expecting it to fall in the range of rupees 12 to 18 lakh, putting it up against the Mahindra XUV500 and undercutting the Toyota Innova Crysta as well. As always, thank you so much for watching CarDekho, and if you have any questions regarding the Hexa or any model in particular, please do shout them out to us in the comments. Thanks for watching.